Um, I know you guys probably been on a lot of Zooms, trying to find your next career, trying to find your next opportunity. So I'll try and keep this as short and impactful as possible. I'm not a part of the recruiting team. So like either Amanda or Connie Sue or Maria who reached out to you guys. No, I'm actually the CEO here. Most people think the CEO is well off and they're 50, 60 years old. No, I'm 26. I'm just young and hungry, and I always wanted to put a career in my own field. I wanted it in my home field. I wanted to create something for myself. But what we like to do is we found all three of your guys' resumes fitting for what we're looking for. And so what I like to do is before we actually have that person come in, either tomorrow or Thursday, I actually like to spend some time and really get to know the candidates before they come into my office because first impressions are very important. But I don't want to sit down with somebody where I figure out in the first 5 minutes that this isn't a perfect fit on their end or on my end. And instead of just reading the resume, I spend time really getting to know you guys. Because let's be honest. At the end of the day, you guys write your resumes yourself, And so I want to be a person that can find what exactly are you looking for. How did you add value in your last job, to where I can see that the value that you bring before you even come into my office. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go down the line, spend around 2 or 3 or maybe 4 minutes with each person, really asking them a couple of questions, and then towards the end, after around 10 or 15 minutes, I'll get into about me and my company, and then from there, we'll set up a time for you guys to come in for that in-person interview. Does that all make sense? All right, so Tracy, I'm gonna choose you first since you got the best name in the world. All right, so Tracy, where are you from, and what are you looking to get into?
Hi, I'm from Vietnam and I've been to America for 6 years, and I have the education from Cal State University of Fullerton, and
Okay.
my major is psychology, and I'm looking forward to go further in master's degree in Harvard University next year about industrial psychology.
Industrial psychology. Okay. And so for you, have you ever had any experience in like a marketing agency like I have?
Um, Honestly, so far I do not have any experience in marketing, but I do have experience in working with people
So customer
because
service.
as my yeah, because my major is psychology. So during the time that I go to school, I did work as internship at a company,
Okay.
um, but it's not about marketing, but
Yeah. No, it's all
human
this. It's
resource.
definitely all the same thing. My VP of marketing for my Ontario market, he actually has a
Mhm.
psychology degree. He just graduated, I think,
Oh
like three or
wow,
four
cool.
years ago. And so for sure, if we select you and everything fits, I would love for you to sit down with the VP of marketing and talk with him. But either way,
Awesome.
so for you, you have more of the communicative skills. You're very good at communicating. However, what a lot of companies are now looking for is people who lead by example. Somebody throughout all the employees, who's that leader? Who does the right thing? When nobody's watching. By saying that, what do you think is your best leadership quality that you bring to the table?
Listen to people. Listen to people ideas.
So being able to really have a group and they're comfortable with giving their opinion on stuff. I think that's very hard as a leader. Is they
Yes.
think their way is always the way, but sometimes they got to be able to really listen and get constructive or that constructive criticism and feedback in order for them to get better as well. I love
Exactly.
that.
I love to listen to other people opinions first, and then if we are working in the group, I would love to hear opinions from everyone,
Okay.
and then we can get the consumer at the later. I
Okay.
mean, at the end. I don't want to speak too much, and people have to listen to me for
Yeah.
nonsense.
Most
Yeah.
definitely. And so I must ask, like you, with your resume and everything, you're very sharp. Why are you looking for something new? Why are you looking for a new opportunity? Is there something that your other job lacked that you're looking for?
Yes. Honestly, I'm working in behavioral field, which at beginning I thought it will fulfill my desire to working with people. However, when I go further in psychology, I fall in love with industrial, and I love to working with. Um, I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
I'm so sorry. The sick is going around.
You're fine. I can move on if that's fine. Unless you can still.
No, no, no.
Okay.
I can finish my questions. I'm so sorry about that. I do looking for a new opportunity to working with in human resources or marketing because I love to talk with people. Um, with my last experience that I'm working with kids, is not really what I love to do. That's how I put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love to help people, but not in that field.
Yeah. You just want to find, you really kind of got some experience somewhere. You kind of realize, oh, this isn't what I want. I want to try something else. Correct?
I've been trying to work in behavioral field for 2.5 years.
Okay.
So I've been in there long enough to really know that this is not my thing.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm teaching a lot.
You're
I've
trying to
been
plant
there.
your
I made
feet
sure.
somewhere. Most definitely.
Yeah.
And if everything goes well and we figure that it's a good fit on both sides, when are you looking to get started with your next opportunity?
Uh, as soon as possible.
ASAP. All right. I'll put
Yeah.
that down. All right. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Let me go and talk to Jesus. Jesus, how are you?
Sure.
Good. How about yourself?
I
Good
can't
afternoon.
complain. Almost done with my day. All right. So for you, what are you looking to get into?
So honestly, so I have experience in. I used to work for a background screening company,
Okay.
customer service, running the background checks. I started doing the domestic background checks, like in the United States. I am bilingual, so then I moved up to the international side of things. So I was calling schools and employers in all of Latin America.
Okay.
Making sure that bachelor's degrees and all that stuff was verified before the companies would offer employment to people.
Yeah.
From there, I was there for a while, 7 years. I was there with that company. However, there was no more room for growth. I ended up becoming a lead, and that was the top that I was able to get to. And I got some management experience off of that. The next venture that I went to after that, I was a staffing manager, a branch manager for a staffing agency.
Okay.
And I started out as a recruiter too. And I guess in less than a year, I moved up to a branch manager because I had the management experience and I was able to, get my team to where we needed to be. So make sure that people were getting recruited for the specific jobs that they needed. Make sure that we put the right candidate with the right fit. Interviews and all that good stuff. So it was kind of like an HR position type of thing, kind of,
Okay.
in a way. And then I started managing my team after that, and I had two different branches that I was managing at one time.
Okay.
And the only downfall to that was, staffing. With staffing, there's a lot of different staffing agencies out there.
Yeah.
It's a big
It's
market.
it's highly competitive
And
for sure.
yes, and then I was really close with the owner, and the owner decided to part ways with the staffing agency. So unfortunately, I lost my position because of that.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm working for IEHP. I'm a member services representative. To be honest, I've been there since July 5th, but it's kind of like Tracy was saying before. Um, I like to be speaking to people. I like to
Yeah.
interact with people.
Be engaged.
And right now I'm engaged, and I'm working from home right now. So that's one of the things that I like. I don't like that. I want to
Yeah,
go
you're
to an office.
confined.
I want
Yeah.
to go. Yes, I like to interact with people,
Yeah.
and and I have great customer service skills. I can tell you right now with the IHP, I have really good customer service skills,
Okay.
but just in working from home, it's not for me. And
Yeah, for
I
you,
really love
you wanna be a part of a team and you wanna really communicate and things like
yes,
that. And for you, you have good management skills. You worked your way up, which is
hmm
almost like with your last job, skilled staff, almost like my growth structure as well, learning and moving up. And I think I love
hmm
that about my business, upward mobility. What do you feel is one thing that worked for you? What do you feel worked for you that got you all the way up into that branch management role?
honestly, it's my people skills and being able to lead a team. I love working with people, and I just like Tracy was saying as well. You have to listen to what your team is saying to be able to make sure that your team is happy
Yeah, listening
and
to
they're
them.
going to produce the work.
All right.
They're going to produce the quality of work that you want because you're listening to them and also engaging with the team.
And I think
And
that's very
honestly,
important. Yeah.
yeah, and I'm hands on. So even when my team needed help, I'm a manager, but I would still step in and help them out. Every time they would need help. So that's one of my things. I like to engage with team, and I like to work with, as a team.
Yeah, being able to get your hands dirty, and be there with your squad and your
hmm
team, being in the trenches. I love it. All right, great. Hey, if everything goes well and we decide to move forward with you and we feel it's a perfect fit, when would be the soonest available start date you were looking?
Honestly, I'm looking to start as soon as possible. Because I'm currently working, but like I said, it's not for me.
Yeah,
It's a job right now. I need to pay the bills.
yeah. But you're looking for that
But
career.
I want to grow.
Yeah, you want that
Correct.
career.
I want a
All right,
career.
great. All right,
Hmm.
thank you. Nice to meet you. And then last but not least, I know I'm not going to try and bore you. You guys give me about 4 or 5 more minutes. We'll be done. All right, and now Albert, can you hear and see me? Okay.
Yeah, I'm driving right now, so my reception hasn't been the greatest. That's why I kind of asked you in the beginning. There's a portion that I missed, if I'm not mistaken. I kind of wanted to see if you could reiterate that right before you asked Miss Tracy to speak.
No, I was just stating that I'm just going to spend some time getting to know you guys, ask a couple questions, and then
Okay.
later after this, I'm going to be inviting you guys in for that in-person interview.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, in terms of myself, I'm established in a couple different aspects. I run my own business in terms of buying and selling cars, which we do six figures on a yearly basis. But the thing is, the next 10 years, combustion vehicles are not going to be allowed to be really on the market like that. So my business will eventually flip. Now, over time, I've gained different licenses. I'm going to school to become an enrolled agent, but at the same time, I'm about my money. Whatever's best for me and my family. I'm on my second kid. My girlfriend's pregnant right now, so I'm doing my best to make more money than I'm already making, overnight, if that makes sense. Um, right now, I'm currently not working. I got into an accident a year ago in August. Basically, the accident left me to the point where I could not walk. I still have fractured bones in my back. However, I needed to work. I tried to work at the tax attorney's firm that I was working at as a trading coordinator. Basically, I had a team of 27 people brought in on a monthly average anywhere from 150 to 280,000, depending on the leads that we had and how much we spent. The reason I didn't continue there was because, like I said, I wasn't able to walk for a while. So me being a trainer and getting up and trying to teach six people at a time isn't really in my best interest for my future. So I kind of explained that to my job. Um, they just gave me a severance to be able to go ahead and just live my life for the next year or whatever. That year came up, and now I'm looking for an opportunity as to where I can make six figures a month. I mean, it's obviously not realistic right now, but I would like that to be the case in the next 10 years. And basically, there's a lot of options. I wasn't really sure as to what this higher kingdom was. I worked at a marketing firm. I'm sure you heard of Cutco Marketing.
Is that like the knife, that stuff?
Yeah, that crap. So I worked there. That was my first job coming out of high school, and
Really?
I worked my way up to an assistant manager there in my first month. I've been, if I'm being honest with you, I've been not necessarily quote unquote a person in charge. I've always led by example. I've been a top performer everywhere I've gone just because of the fact that my work ethic is unmatched. Give me something, give me a book, tell me to read a chapter, I'll read the whole fucking book, and I'll come back to you with as many answers as you have. Or actually, if I'm being honest, I'll come at you with questions about how the ending was, what you thought of it.
I
So
love
I've
it.
always been a learner. However, like I said, I'm about my money. So anything that makes sense for me and my family, I will learn as best as I can.
Most definitely. I love it. And then for you, you had a lot of leadership roles, and you built your way up, and just like Jesus, how he built his way up in that company, you as well did in a couple. What do you feel is your best leadership quality you bring to the table?
Um, I'm not that much of a talker. I try my best to listen, find the best solution, and once I find that out, I do my best to kind of distribute that accordingly. One thing for myself in leadership is I'm not, and the correlation you guys can understand, I'm not going to have a quarterback pick center. I'm going to understand exactly what my team's good at, fight for them to be able to understand, hey, look, this is where I see you're good at. Let's have a conversation. What do you feel like you can coach up? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. Because the only person that knows how to get better is themselves. And I've been able to teach them those things because I have that conversation with them.
Yeah,
There's nothing but transparency and an understanding of we're going to break you down, but at the same time, this breakdown is going to make you better in the long run. I'm
most
not
definitely.
trying to bring in $100,000 myself. I'm trying to have a team of 10, 15, 20 people to bring that in, and I can make money off that. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. Understanding your key players and understanding how to fit them for the betterment of their career. I love that. If everything goes well and we feel it's a perfect fit on both sides, when would be the best time to start?
Um, Monday, Tuesday, it's negotiable. I mean, today, I had an issue with my daughter where she was really sick today, so I apologize for missing the morning meeting. However,
You're fine.
for the next week, I'm gonna be home with her. She's sick. She's
Okay.
really, really sick. So.
Most definitely. All right. Well, nice to meet you. Nice to meet all three of you guys. And like I said, I don't get that if I just read your resume and just say, oh, the font is better than Jesus's, I'm going to go with Albert. Like, no, I want to get to know each person and really figure out what value have they brought in other companies and what value could they bring to my company. Because I know I could give them value, but I want to know what can I get from them as well. And just so I think I got to, give me 5 minutes. All right. So my name is Tracy. Like I said, this is my company. I'm actually from Texas. I'm not from California. I'm a Texas guy. I don't really have the accent anymore, even though I've been here only for about a year and a half. But I played Division I football out in Texas. 2020, I graduated in 2020 and 2021. I was an NFL free agent at 4th, 5th round draft grade for a couple of different teams. However, I was a rookie in the COVID year, so it wasn't very easy for us to really get our foot in the door. So the NFL for me stood for not for long. But I relied on my degree, which was business management and marketing. I knew I wanted to learn how to manage my own company one day, but I understood that marketing was a way to separate yourself from competitors, which is why I focused on that. I started at a marketing agency, worked my way up, learned everything, decided to open up my own company out here in the East LA, well, not Ontario, LA area. And that's when I started off working with a couple of small different companies. So I landed 2 big clients. These 2 clients are some of my favorite, and that's Costco and T-Mobile. Hopefully we both know, or we all know who Costco and T-Mobile is. If you're a Sam's Club member or a Sprint user, please hop off now. But either way, it's so for me, so I started working with them. They have great different marketing tactics that you guys do, that they do. If you guys see in Costco, you see that they do a lot more face-to-face direct marketing in their stores now. You see what they do with the customer service aspect when it comes to their products on their shelves. They have a lot of different displays, all different types of things to really get their products off the shelf. And so for them, I'm really helping manage their marketing campaign throughout multiple different locations nationwide for Costco, to where any member can actually get their bathroom or kitchen remodeled through the store. As well as with T-Mobile, they actually have for them more of a service or a phone service to where they provide a better phone service for everybody. In lower income areas, for nonprofits, at retail chains, outreach programs, all different type of stuff. To where my main goal is really help our client with their direct marketing platforms that they created themselves. Both of the clients, they've been trying it out for the last couple of years. As you can see, what they do with events and venues and in their stores and all that. My main goal is to really help them build off it and really help them with their brand exposure and get their name out there. And so that's the biggest thing for them, to where they're now at a point to where they want to expand. That's the biggest thing when it comes to marketing. How can you expand a client's portfolio? How can you expand their markets? And I kind of give everybody a explanation of a taco truck. If I had a taco truck in Santa Monica and it made me $2 million, going into year 2, what would be a smart idea? Maybe buy 10 taco trucks, because I'll make probably 20 million, maybe 30 million. Am I going to be able to drive all 10 of those taco trucks at the same time? No. I'm going to have to hire somebody, teach that person, train that person. Hey, this is the marketing aspect. These are the tools that we use. This is how you clean it. This is how you drive it. Here's the financials I want. That's the same thing my client has in store. They have multiple markets. They have thousands of different Costco stores. They have multiple different areas for T-Mobile, to where my main goal is to really manage these markets, to where I manage a lot of different markets from Portland, Oregon, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Chicago, Texas, a lot of different areas in SoCal, to where I need more help on my back end in more of my management roles, my upper level management team, to where that's where you guys come in. Now, I'm looking for someone who's willing to be in more of a hybrid cross-training position, to where they're able to grow in my company with me, but they're helping me at the back end. So what that means is I provide upward mobility in my company. I provide people who can come in and they learn multiple different positions, to where they can be a jack of all trades. To where in my company, I have 4 different departments. First one is my customer service department. In this department, they're going to focus on more of the marketing and sales. They're going to understand the ground level. What is the products? What is the services that Costco and T-Mobile need us to really help with their recognition for? In this position, people are making around $42,000 to $67,000 a year, to where they have to be comfortable with more face-to-face with the clients. They got to be comfortable with that. They have to be comfortable with face-to-face interactions with customers, as well as with applicants for recruiting, to where these people are getting paid through hourly, performance-based incentives, as well as salary positions with our pay scales. The next department is our HR and PR. This is more of our recruiting department. Most managers, when you go to a Chipotle, you'll see that manager sometimes doing what? an interview, because that's very important. As any manager, they got to understand how to recruit. And that's the biggest thing for my company, because not only does that Chipotle manager know how to do interviews, but they also know how to roll a burrito, do the cash register, do the inventory reports, but also manage that Chipotle. So I want to teach them, hey, this is the marketing and sales. This is how you roll a burrito, but this is how you recruit. And this is when they learn more of the recruiting funnel when it comes to our clients as well as our applicants. That's all the front end of my company. They're going to learn the front end because it's a hybrid position. I want to make sure they know everything on the ground level before now I move them into the back end of my business, which everybody loves. The next position is my VP of marketing. This is where they really are in the departments of leadership development as well as operations and logistics. The reason why this position is very important and that a lot of people love this is because they move into this position in their first 12 to 20 weeks. This is when their starting salary starts off at around $52,000, to where now they're taking over office responsibilities. Whenever I'm out of the office or out of the state, my VP of marketing, they're able to step up to the plate. They're able to really understand, hey, this is how I got to develop what's going on with people, our employees, what does everybody got to do, what is our daily task, making sure everything's up to date. But as well as they're going to understand and manage my clients' financials for their marketing campaigns. They're going to have to learn how to read profit and loss reports and ROI reports. What's our return on investment for Portland, Oregon compared to Austin, Texas? And what's a better return on investment for our client?
Hey Tracy, can I ask you a question real quick? I didn't mean to cut you off, but that was my next question. For her location, did they give you the same overhead and the same budget, or is the budget on you and we have to kind of put it in the back end?
What did you say?
So I guess what I'm asking is, for the clients that you have Costco and T-Mobile, for every region, is it the same budget and the same overhead, or do you have
Yes.
to kind of come up?
It's always the same. It's for them. They provide everything. We just got to manage their whole portfolio and make sure their recruiting, their campaigns are all up to date, which we'll cover in our second round interview for sure.
For sure.
Most definitely. All right, and so that's our VP of marketing, and then the last department is client relations. This is where they're working directly with the client, with me, in more of our executive branch management role, which I know, Jesus, you have a lot of experience in. But people get into this position in their first, I'd say, year and a half, to where their starting salary is around $85,000 to $95,000, with bonuses from T-Mobile and Costco ranging from $120,000 to $140,000 their first year. The cool thing about this position is they get an opportunity to travel. They get to travel with me to my other markets. They get to see from the back end what exactly do we do with our clients face-to-face with their markets. But as well as, I know a couple of you guys already have kids and family. These people have spent the last couple of months learning each department, being that hybrid, to where they understand and they prove to me and the client that they know what to do from the front end of my company to the back end, to where they get to choose their own schedule. They get to create their own work weeks, things like that. I'm grown. We're all grown. I don't like to micromanage people. So as long as the day-to-day operations for my client and their market is up to date and they're happy, these managers, these branch managers, they get to create their own schedule for themselves. And I give them that freedom because they proved and they showed their trust in me and everything, to where I'm allowing to get that. However, no job on Indeed is just offering people 6 figures their first day. Most of the time, they have to earn it. And earning it here in my company is understanding each position. Being that person to where they're a great leader, they're a great student, but they're able to apply feedback from me and the client to where we know once that person is in either my VP of marketing or my executive branch management role, that they're more of an asset to me and my client rather than a depreciating asset. And I think that's the most important thing that I'm looking for. So by saying that, Tracy, I'll start off with you. Out of those 4 departments, where do you feel with your skill set would you bring the most value in? Which department?
I think the 4th one, the client relationship.
Client relations. Why do you feel that way?
I feel comfortable and confident to talk with people, and I believe in my communication skills.
Most definitely.
Since I spent a lot of money in my education about that, I hope that I can use it in the real world.
Yeah, you have the education. Now you're trying to apply it for the experience. Correct. All right. I love that answer. Jesus, what about you? Which out of the 4 do you feel you'll add the most value in?
I would say, the recruiting aspect and the HR portion of it, because I do have some skill sets on that, but eventually I would love to go to the fourth step as well.
Okay. So for you, more of the recruiting aspect. I love that as well. And then Albert, you as well.
For being honest with you, man, I'm a jack of all trades. Just kind of put me in. I'm not a wide receiver. I'm an ATA fan. I was gonna tell you too, bro. You look a lot like some guy that my boys play ball with.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause I went D1 also. I went to Utah. I played for B2G like with the Dory, Juju, McGrew, Roosevelt,
Okay.
Hart, all those.
Dory Jackson and them?
Yeah, I think we're in the same age group. But anyways, anywhere, bro, really that makes us all money. 'Cause
Okay.
like I said, my thing is I'm a great team builder. However, I'm good at sales. I'm good at, if I'm being honest with you, really anything you put me to. It's a matter of what it is. As long as it makes me money, it makes sense for my family. I'll apply myself to the fullest.
Most
So
definitely.
I mean, I can do HR. I've always been in the lead role. I've been training. I can do kind of everything that you would need, basically the same way that you would.
Most definitely. And for you, I hear that you keep bringing up your family. Like I'm understanding like that's your drive. You know, you have a family. You're trying to find what career is going to put my kids in the right direction for me. And I feel that's why you're working so hard.
That's the biggest thing for me because I'm not gonna get like all sentimental shit, but like my family wasn't there for me, so I don't ever want that to be the case for my kids. I
Yeah.
don't want no issues to be like that, and God forbid I'm not there. I want my finances to at least be able to show that I tried my best.
You want to provide. I love it. Well, good answers. Good answers to all three of you guys. Now here's the deal. You know, now we got to actually have that in-person interview later this week to where you're able to sit down either with me or somebody on my recruiting team to where we can go into more depth of every position, but really have that one-on-one to where we're able to ask those challenging questions so we can get more out of you. So by saying that, Albert, I'll start off with you. We do our interviews usually in the morning from around 8:30, 9:30. Which day would work best for those times in the morning, Wednesday or Thursday?
When are you available so I can meet with you directly?
I should be in the office tomorrow around 8:30, 9 a.m.
So I'll be there 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
9 a.m. Okay. Tracy, you as well.
Mm-mm. Can you say it again about the schedule? I think I missed that.
So it's between 8:30, 9:30, either Wednesday or Thursday.
8:30 to 9:30. So tomorrow you're gonna meet up with Rolex.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be there 9.
9.
No.
I'll be there at 9. If it's easier for you to be early, I'll work around your schedule too.
I can be.
No, it's all right. I still have a recruiting team to where if
Okay.
I'm busy,
Okay.
somebody else. I'm usually on calls or I got to do something. I'll be out of the office. It's all good.
Understood. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I can be there on tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
8:30.
8:30. All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. And then last but not least, Jesus.
I could do it Thursday, 8:30.
Thursday, 8:30. All right, you guys. So you're going to be getting a text and an email with all the information, what time, what's the address. I would say bring a pencil, bring a notebook, bring some questions that you have, and then we'll get ready to rock and roll. All right. All right, you guys. We have a blessed one. I can't wait to shake your hand in person if I see one of you guys. Okay.
All right, appreciate
All right.
it.
Y'all have a good one.